What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Destiny. In the last episode, we lost Rohan. In the name of taking down the radial mass, Rohan sacrificed himself for the greater good, and now all that's left is for us to talk to Nimbus.
Thanks for the drive. When we take on this job, get the Augs and everything, the clock starts ticking. 10 years may not seem like a lot, especially to you, but it's well spent. It's worth it. I can't think of a single strider that went before their expiration date. We've got way bigger problems right now. We need to get Neomuna's defenses working again. I got reports of Shadow Legion attempting to get up close and personal with the VexNet. I have absolutely no idea why, apart from the breathtaking views this time of axial tilt. But we're not waiting around to find out. That sounds like a good plan, right? It's what he would have... No, that doesn't matter. You and I are gonna see this through. Ready when you are.
Okay, Nimbus, here we go. Death is a part of a Cloud Strider's lot. Nimbus knows this, but it doesn't make Roham's early exit easier to accept. Still, he made every moment count by destroying the radial mast. Rohan wrecked the Witness's plan for creating a link with the Veil. That doesn't mean the war is over. Callus is sure to retaliate, and it looks like his sights are set on the Cloud Arc. There's no time to mourn now. The best way to honor Rohan is to get Neomuna's defense systems up and running again. You might check in with Osiris and Kaido and the Hall Heroes before jumping into the fray. Complete the strike Hypernet Current in Neomuna. Let's grab a couple of those. See if we can pull a couple of things from our engrams. Ooh, a Rosarago 4. This has a potential to get really good perks. Fortunately, I've got half of a good weapon here. Unfortunately, the perk in this column is not super great. If only that were Onslaught, then that would have been absolutely perfect. We got ourselves a Strand Sniper Rifle. Not a sniper rifle I'm a huge fan of, though, unfortunately. I wish it were a lot better. It's just got really terrible perks, but... Anyway, let's continue. Like Nimbus said, we should probably go talk to Osiris and Kaido first, and then we can jump on into the strike. That is going to be the entire of the episode because it's just a strike. It's not crazy long or anything, but there are some things we want to go over first, as far as just going over a couple of things. And obviously, the strike is going to be the easiest part of all this because the strike is not on Legend. It is just a normal strike.
Seeing Nimbus right now reminds me how difficult it was to move on after my losses. My pain was always secondary. I felt that pain deeply when I lost Saint. But I channeled it into bringing him back to me. I couldn't bring Sagira back. But our pain is a reminder. We are still breathing, still fighting.
The Neomuni are a tenacious people. Rohan met his end with honor. He'd be given funeral rites of the highest distinction had he been Cabal. The war is not over. Callus has failed in the eyes of his master. And knowing him, he's about to unleash his barbarity like a cornered war beast.
All right, let's do this thing. We're going to head on into the director. And we're just going to straight up select the strike Hypernet Current through the menu, and we should be good to jump in. Just want to make sure everything else is good for here. And let's make sure that it's actually going to let me do it that way. Yes, it is. All right, in we go. Let's do it. Oh, good. It actually started us at the beginning, even though these two were kind of already in progress. Let's see if we can catch up to them. So, Hypernet Current is a pretty simple strike, but it's honestly one of my favorite pieces of Lightfall content in that it's just got a lot more going on for it as far as like new locations are concerned. Like, we obviously are starting here at the same place that we were in the On the Verge mission, but only for like a small beginning part of this strike. The rest of it is in an entirely new section that we really can't get to otherwise, and I really do think this is actually a pretty darn cool one, but we just got to catch up. So there would be a lot of enemies down here at the start as we go, but we're already getting into an area where we're going to start to run into things as we go. Now, there are going to be these arc craniums all throughout the strike. Now, these are also in Neomuna as part of things like the
forcing Taken into that Vex pocket.
Like Terminal Overload, like the Vex Incursions. These are necessary for taking care of certain Vex-related shields, but also when you shoot enemies with these things, especially and do precision damage with them, like so, you'll actually get super energy back a whole lot quicker. So if you can do sustained damage on a lot stronger targets, that is a really good way to get a lot of super energy back. Now, generally, you're not supposed to be able to take an Arc Cranium this far, but I have, and so I'm going to use it because they do a lot of damage, so may as well. Now, we're waiting for the Tormentor to show up, and there he is. Let's get to work. All right, I'm going to try to take out that shoulder pad quickly. There we go. Okay, now it is time to do damage. Now, I got a slightly different Crux termination for this video. I got a new one from an engram between episodes that has Bipod and Envious Assassin. Now, the thing about Bipod is that it allows for two rockets in the mag automatically, but on top of that, if I have Envious Assassin with it, I can actually increase my total rockets in the mag up to 4. So if I can get enough heavy ammo, I'll be able to actually show that interaction a little bit later. This guy has the same rocket I have, actually.
Weird claims from Cloud Arc citizens. Screams, weird voices, nightmares, you name it. The Cloud Arc is built on the energy field produced by the Veil. It's resilient, but not impenetrable. A backdoor wouldn't be impossible. Hopefully, getting rid of whatever is at the center of this will shake all that weirdness out of the system too. Hopefully.
All right, here we go. So, this is going to be a really, really easy strike having all these people with us, but let's get to it. And I want to get kills because this is what's going to trigger Envious Assassin to get to work. So let's see if I can get a kinetic tremors going there. And watch out for all of these blights off to the sides. They are going to be constantly shooting Taken energy at us. Basically the same things that Taken captains throw at us. They're very obnoxious, so just try to duck over and around them. And also remember that they do arc damage for what that's worth. Alright, so let's grab this Arc Cranium here really quickly, and we're going to start destroying all of these blights as we make our way through here. Now you're going to have more Minotaurs here in the back that are going to be trying to do extra damage to us, but if we can just take them out, we can also spawn more Arc Craniums. And then I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a secret here once I take all of these things down, if I can. There we go. That should just about do it. Okay. Are you dead? Okay, he is. Let's see. Is it going to hold on to this let me hold on to this Arc Cranium. We'll see if I get to show it. Nope, it took mine away, but he still has his. I wonder if he even knows about this secret, because if he doesn't know about it, then we're not going to get to take advantage of it. But if you have the lone Arc Cranium left and you take it up here, you can actually shoot that blight right there and take it down. And once you do that, it removes the Taken blights all through this strike. And I get the feeling he does not know the trick, so unfortunately we're going to have to deal with them.
What was that?
Such a fragile space. This will do.
So that voice right there you're hearing is incredibly important. We'll learn a little bit more about him later, but let's just continue through here. We do not have the ability to double jump, so you need to use your Sparrow to get through this section. So just going to stay on the path as much as we can, constantly go up on the left side, except for this part right here where you want to swing right.
So satisfying. I will consume it once more.
Did you both hear that? Was that the voice the citizens have been mentioning?
This is far too similar to the nightmares we encountered on the Leviathan. We will need to confront this, but for now we need to locate the access point and stop any attempts to weaken the Veil.
Alright, let's just take all these hobgoblins out as I make my way through here. Trying to get rid of all of those little explosivos too, like so, because they are really obnoxious to deal with. Perfect. Okay, let's kill you. And I can see these two are really trying to sequence break this strike too much, which this area doesn't really let you do all that much. They're being incredibly stubborn about it, and I don't know why. It's like, you just take the path that I'm going on, you'll be fine. You really don't need to make this any more complicated than it already is. But here we go. All right, so now we need to take out these blights, and we can only do so with Arc Craniums, which we will get from these Minotaurs. So I'm going to start taking those out one by one. So let's grab another one of those. There we go. And we'll just kind of make our way through here. But we don't want to waste too many uses of this Art Cranium, otherwise we're going to get in trouble. Once we take out enough of these rifts, eventually some ogres are going to start to spawn. I believe it's when we get to the 50% mark. Yep, right there. So I am going to be using my rockets to take these guys out. And, oh, there we go. Come on. Now, I didn't say this part about Bipod, but I should mention, Bipod is really, really good, except for the problem that it does do slightly less damage than normal rockets do. So each rocket is going to do less damage than my clown cartridge run. But again, if I can get NBS Assassin going, which requires me to get lots and lots of rapid kills, it eventually will bring my mag up to 4. So here we are. We've made it to the boss room. Very, very simple. Like I said, this strike is cool just based on the area that you're in, but it's also not super difficult because, again, we're not playing on Legend right now.
This is the access point. Let's get rid of that Taken before it opens a path into the Cloud Arc.
Let's do it. All right. Just going to get that going. Let's fire off a couple rockets. Make sure we shoot it over the shield. Now things are going to start to spawn in here. So let's start doing damage to each of those, like so. And as soon as we do enough damage to put the boss down to its first health threshold, that is when we're going to have to start taking care of blights. So let's do this thing. I'm going to use my melee for most of this. There we go. Okay. And then it's going to want me to reload, which I would rather not do right now. Let me take out these Thrall. And then if I can get up there, I can eventually get to one of these Art Craniums and start helping with that. Although it looks like most of the blights are already down. There's a couple lingering ones over here, so I think we took all of them out. Oh yeah, just sweep the area. Look at that. That was amazing. All right, now we can continue to do damage to this boss. Look at my super bar as I shoot its weak spot and how quickly that goes up. It's actually quite insane. Oh, don't you dare, goblins. Take care of you, and then I can actually take that out. I'm going to save my super probably for the last boss phase, just because I don't really need it all that much. Let's see if I can't. Actually, where's my... I'm still only at 2 of 2. Well, it's kind of hard to do in an activity where I'm actually competing for kills with other people, but in a solo environment, it's going to be a lot easier to show this off. So let's see if I can't take all of these things out. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to take this one out and then help this guy here. Let's get to work and take out all of the rifts. Getting there. Getting kind of low on ammo, though. If I could get some help on that on those last ones, the last single one, excuse me, then we should be good. You got it, Yusashi. He seems a little bit more focused on killing those. So let's see. That should do it. Let's throw a super out there. Drop that in there so I can do some damage there. Oh, here we go. Now I have 4. Beautiful. And just kill the blights before they kill me. And done. Very, very simple.
And we're back in business. Defenses are back up and Taken are cleared out.
Make your way back to the city, Guardian. We must finish our preparations to ensure Callus's defeat.
This prison in between, it will shatter. But I need power. I am pain. I am terror. I am Nezarek.
And there it is. That is Nezarek, the voice of Nightmares, the final boss of the raid of Root of Nightmares, the raid of Lightfall. And we'll be able to get into that not long after this campaign is over and done with. But for now, that is going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you'll enjoy this episode very, very much. And I will see you all in the next one.